Today I wanted to share with you the top 3 physical symptoms that I experienced throughout my time of struggling with anxiety. Hello, and welcome to the Living My 2.0 YouTube channel. My name is Julia, and I'm a happiness mindset coach that helps women who struggle with negative thinking and chronic anxiety overcome that so they can live happier and better lives. Today I wanted to share with you the top 3 physical symptoms that I experienced during the 15-year period where I used to struggle with chronic anxiety. I'm happy to say that I've now overcome chronic anxiety, but at the time there were a ton of warning symptoms that it was a really big problem for me, and I thought it would be really helpful to share those with you in case you think that you may be struggling from issues with anxiety and wanting to overcome it and figure out ways to improve it and make it better. I hope that this information will be helpful to you. I just want to preface this by saying I'm not a medical professional or a doctor, so if you really feel like you're struggling to a point where your anxiety is controlling your life and making your life very negative, make sure that you seek professional help. So the first physical symptom that I experienced that I connected to chronic anxiety was actually issues with my gut, stomach issues. When it comes to my story and my experience with anxiety, I went into this a little more in depth with a previous video that I made, so I'll make sure to link that below if you want to go watch that and learn what my actual story was regarding everything I went through with chronic anxiety and healing my mindset. But for now, I'm just going to focus on gut issues as a whole. So for me, identifying gut issues as being related to the chronic anxiety that I experienced was actually a big eye-opener for me, and it makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of data and a lot of studies that show that your brain and your gut are connected, and there really is a relationship there. If one thing is out of whack, the other thing is likely to go out of whack. So I'm sure if you're someone who's dealt with anxiety at any point in your life, you might be able to relate to the feeling of being really nervous about something. Maybe you had a doctor's appointment or you had a big test you had to write or something like that, and feeling like your stomach is in knots. I'm sure you've heard that phrase before, that someone was so nervous that their stomach was turning, and it can be a good nervous as well. Like if you're, going on a date for the first time, that's like excited nervous, but I used to experience more of the dread kind of nervous associated with anxiety. That was definitely one of the biggest issues I experienced. And once I was able to cure my chronic anxiety, the health of my gut just improved so much. And a lot of those really bad issues that I had completely disappeared for me. Another one that a lot of people may not associate with having chronic anxiety or stress is jumpiness. When it got to the point where I had dealt with unresolved chronic anxiety for so long, we're talking years, I started noticing that I became more jumpy. Sometimes if someone's scaring you and you jump, that's completely normal, but I was getting jumpy over things that shouldn't have made me jumpy. So I would be on a walk and there would be a bunny that bounced on the forest area beside me, and I would completely jump and shock and tighten my body and just be so tense. And that is not normal. That is a sign that there's something out of whack in your body with your nervous system. You should be able to handle little stressors and little excitements to a certain extent, but because the chronic anxiety I'd been experiencing was so long term, even little things that shouldn't have made me nervous or jumpy did. So for those of you that have that same kind of issue, you might want to look further into if it might be associated with chronic anxiety and stress. And the last one I wanted to mention was nervous twitches. So when my anxiety would get to levels where it was really bad and I was really stressing about something, I would notice that I had this nervous twitch, and actually it's been pointed out to me before. My husband told me that I have it as well, and I didn't really associate it with anxiety at the time until I started looking more into anxiety and mental health. But yeah, this nervous twitch I had involved just touching my face a lot, and in times of stress where I was really anxious, I would just touch my face or rub my nose, and that was a sign to me that the anxiety was really high. And I didn't know at the time that that's what it meant, but now all the work and the studying and all the research I've done has taught me that was really a sign of that. So ever since I healed from chronic anxiety, I no longer have those nervous twitches anymore, and that's because my nervous system is settled and calm, and I just live so much more positively. And with that, whenever any stressors come up in my life, I'm able to look at them and really see them and feel them and work through them in a way that's healthy and that doesn't cause any sort of nervous twitching or anything like that anymore. So that's my experience with 3 different physical symptoms that I experienced while I was in states of chronic anxiety, and now I'm happy to say, because I've healed from chronic anxiety, I no longer feel any of those negative physical symptoms anymore, and I hope this could be helpful to you. This video is in no way to diagnose you or anything like that, but like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not a doctor, but if you feel like there are some trends or some occurrences in your life that are happening, if it comes to physical symptoms that are manifesting in times of stress and anxiety, and you feel like there's more to them, it's definitely helpful to speak with someone about that and maybe do a little research on your own if you can. So if you do a little bit of research or even talk to someone, you may realize that some of the things that are seemingly normal to you are actually signs of having issues with dealing with anxiety and stress. I hope this video has been helpful to you. I hope that it has opened your eyes, and my hope whenever I share any video on this platform is just to bring some awareness to the fact that there are some issues that come up with not dealing with chronic anxiety or stress levels, and they could be really detrimental to your health and to your life. And for me, I know personally, figuring out all of this and working on my mindset and really honing the power I have to make my mindset more positive and to always strive to be happy has really made a big change in all of these things in my life. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you would like, please subscribe to my channel. I post videos on all of these things, on these topics, so whether it's anxiety, dealing with anxiety and stress, or ways to boost your mood and your happiness, and different mindset tips, I'm always sharing those things on my channel. So please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, which is every week. And I'm so happy you joined me today. I hope to see you again soon. Take care.